Katie, I want to bring in Michael Beschloss as well to talk about the precedent here, because three presidents, sitting presidents, were subpoenaed by Congress. None of them testified under subpoena. Bill Clinton testified voluntarily. The first, of course, Thomas Jefferson for documents, Richard Nixon for tapes. Jefferson refused. Nixon resigned so that the subpoena was no longer operative. It was for the tapes. And then, of course, Bill Clinton to testify, and he did so voluntarily. But, Katie, an extraordinary hearing, dramatic hearing.
It also forced the resignation of Richard Nixon. And the Supreme Court said that those tapes were relevant and he couldn't withhold them. Bill Clinton ended up voluntarily testifying, as you said, and I believe there was some level of cooperation from Jefferson. So this is now up to Donald Trump whether he will comply with this, but we should also note there is a time frame on it. It expires when this Congress expires, and we are now just 24 or 26 days, less than a month away from the midterm elections, where control of Congress will be decided, control of the House, control of the Senate. And honestly, though, it's anyone's guess what's going to happen there. There's polling out there, but the polling, who knows in this moment? So really anyone's guess about what might happen to this panel. We do know that Liz Cheney will certainly not be on it because she lost her primary and will not be able to run for general election, run for her seat again. Let's bring in Michael Beschloss, historian, as Andrew said a moment ago. Also with us, Ryan Riley, Ben Collins, Chuck Rosenberg, and Frank Figluzzi. So, Michael, give us the history of this. Where does this fit in?
Well, just as you and Andrea have been saying, this has happened before in history. People are under the impression that because these are two separate branches, executive and legislative, that we haven't had a situation where presidents have been called to testify. Just as you have said, we had seen that with Johnson and Nixon and Bill Clinton. And the other thing is that, I think we'll probably hear from the Trump camp that presidents don't testify before Congress and look at the record of what we've just mentioned because there are no images of those presidents behind a witness table, in a hearing. Well, anyone who says that, take a look at October 17th, 1974. Exactly this week in 1974, Gerald Ford had been in office for 2 months. He had pardoned Richard Nixon at the beginning of September. There was a firestorm about this. There were questions about whether Ford had made some secret deal with Nixon to trade him a pardon in exchange for Nixon allowing Ford to succeed him as president of the United States. Gerald Ford voluntarily, although he had been House Majority Leader and member of the House of Representatives for decades and had a strong sense of House prerogatives, he felt that the question was so important that he wanted to go to the House and answer questions freely so that no member of Congress, no American, would have any doubt from his point of view that his pardon had been given to Nixon spontaneously and not as a result of some secret deal.
And Michael